we go.
Gotcha. So.
Oh, Kay's leaving.
Today,
Good night, Kay. See ya.
Good night. All right. So with us, we have actually three of the people that worked on it. We have Memphis. We have Lacquerwave. And
Lacquerware.
We have Lacquerware. God damn it.
No, you're fine. Greg.
And Danthrax.
I've butchered all of their names by now. I've called them different things. I've not shouted them on Twitter when I should have. So you're good. Like, it's,
Yeah.
There's so many different projects going on. It's kind of hard to remember and compartmentalize where everybody belongs, And some of these guys have worked on multiple projects, like Seawin, Burnt Ends. He just got done working on Soccer Wars columns with Derek, and he's working on this one too. So yeah,
he's actually in the chat too.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking and let you guys do some talking. So.
All right, yeah. So, do you guys want us to go into a little bit of how you came together and how this project came to be?
Sounds good. Do you want to take it, or should we get into that? This is Greg.
Go for it, Greg.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, I was just saying in the chat, but I think you guys deserve real props for your efforts to sort of centralize this community, because for a long time I think that it was hard to find your people as a Saturn fan. And what happened was you had tweeted about some poll you ran on Facebook for requested English translation patches, and I just happened to see this. And for years I've been a Bulk Slash fan. It's probably my favorite Saturn game, and I figured it would be a relatively easy project to translate because there's just not that much text compared to something like an RPG. And so I've kind of had in my head for a long time that it would be cool to get into this scene. I just I don't know anything about the tech behind it, but I have, I'm a career translator. So I thought if I can just meet up with the right people, I would love to get into that scene, and Bulk Slash is probably where I'd want to start because it's a relatively small scope and it's my favorite Saturn game. And so I just made this little off-the-cuff reply to your tweet about the poll, and I was like, hey, I'd translate that if these hackers need a guy. And you guys responded from the SHIRO account, and then minutes later, I'm in your Discord meeting the exact right people that I needed to meet for this to get off the ground, and then it's just the momentum has been kind of staggering since then. Staggering is the wrong word. It's been pleasantly surprising that we've had so much momentum.
It's been rolling and rolling.
It's been rolling and rolling.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, I know that you guys have all been hanging out, and it's been cool. Look at the chat because I see you guys just in the corner here and there talking about that, and for a while until you guys actually made your own Discord. So I thought that was kind of funny. That you just saw the constant updates in the corner, saying, "Oh, what are they up to?" We didn't want to butt in or anything, but we're just looking over your shoulder, be like, "What's going on over here? What are you doing? What are you doing, guys? What's the lowdown?" And we saw little by little, getting doing the translations, getting voice actors. So I guess my first thing I have to ask is I think this one's unique, and the fact that I think it's probably one of the first that you guys are actually using voice acting in the game, like English voice acting for all the navigators. I think it's been discussed before, but I think is it the first one this one has been implemented with? Because I know Shining Force 3 had some people that were in talks, but I don't think they started doing that yet.
I certainly, I feel like I'm very new to this whole scene, and maybe the other guys can speak to this a little better, because, Dan and Memphis and Burnt Ends were all part of this scene before me, I think. But I had certainly never heard of a case before, and it was kind of one of those things where, I realized very quickly that I'd underestimated the scope that this project would entail because of the need to dub the VO, and I was like, is that even a thing, for these fan translations? And in fact, we kind of have been, I feel like, figuring it out from scratch. I don't feel like we have much precedent to look to. But it just felt like for this game, you couldn't get away with not doing a dub because we didn't really know how we could subtitle the in-game stuff. And even if you could, it feels like it would just be too distracting because it's a fast-paced action game. So, yeah, I mean, luckily the actual framework of the game, from what we can tell, is rather straightforward compared to a lot of other Saturn games. So replacing files and stuff like that and finding the files to extract them has actually been simpler than it might have been with something else.
Yeah. Actually, mentioning Brenton, I think I completely snubbed him from that intro. So I apologize. My brain ain't working today, so I called Capcom Konami, so just want to point that out. So apologize. Of course, the famous Burtons.
Well, let's get a roster here. So we got Burnt Ends or Seawin, right? We got Greg Lacquerware. You're doing the translation part, right?
All the translation, the voice direction.
Okay, we got Memphis, right? Or Mamdu. Are you in there? Are you here?
Memphis.
Yeah,
Memphis.
I am.
You are, yes. Hey, how's it going, man? So, what are you handling, Memphis? What's your...
Like, I'm the engineer or the technician, you can say.
Okay, cool. So, and we've got one other, right? Do we have Galleon that's working on this? Or has he not? Oh, no, sorry. You have Danthrax. And then I thought somebody told me that Galleon was doing it too. So, yeah, Danthrax, you're doing most of the like swapping and inserting stuff, or what are you?
So, I'm doing a lot of the graphics editing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I guess I've done a little bit of, I guess what you'd call hacking. Like I've kind of investigated the code and found where things are, and kind of changed some things around to get some of the wording on screen to be changed. Like there's a lot of English already in Bulk Slash, which is in the Japanese version of the game. But a lot of it has spelling errors or grammar errors or something like that. So we kind of wanted to change that to, that's why it's not just a translation project. It's a localization project. We're not just making it in English. We're correcting what's there and making it presentable to an English-speaking audience. So, like, some of what I've done is just kind of finding how the game's kind of putting things on screen and figuring out how to change it. But yeah, a lot of it is that I've been doing is just the graphics editing and being a script editor, which is what I've done on a couple other things like the Sakura Wars Columns 2 game for the Dreamcast, and I edited the script for Cotton 2 on Saturn. So that's what I've been up to. Yeah, but like the main person for inserting code and monkeying around with the code has been Memphis. And I would say Memphis is also kind of our audio engineer because he's got some expertise in figuring out like the bit rate that the new voice clips we're inserting into the game have to be.
I got you.
And that sort of thing, because he kind of works with that in real life too a little bit.
In our chat just joined is Dark Misty, who is the voice actress for Metical, the Navigators.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Hello, I don't know if you can hear me okay or not.
Yeah, we can hear you.
There's the voice. That's
there
I've been
she
doing
is.
all night last night.
It's Medical.
It doesn't sound right at the minute. I've got a bit of a sore throat, so it might sound a bit croaky.
So you're gonna call me a nitwit? Call Pat a nitwit.
You nitwit.
You
That's pretty much
nitwit.
all that was happening last night.
I love it. It's great.
But I actually, it was kind of funny. I had a thought last night that once you get all the voice actors, just have them play it, have them in the chat while I'm playing it, and they're all just yelling at me when I'm playing the game.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
That would be hilarious.
That would be hilarious. Nice. Okay, so you guys
I
are...
see in the chat,
Sorry, what was that?
I was just saying, I see in the chat also Diana, who I believe is the voice actress for one of the other navigators later on.
And you guys are working on that right now, like in the process?
Yeah, she'll be voicing Rupia Rude, who's the rude one, you may have guessed.
I would have never guessed.
She's had an amazing interpretation of the character that I wouldn't have thought of myself. I'll save it for when we reveal it, but it really brought dimension to the character. There was a missing ingredient when I wrote the script, and she figured out what it was, and we just had a blast. We just finished our last retake session of the recording last night. So hoping to have Rupia implemented in the next, a couple weeks. I hope.
That's excellent.
I'm gonna be honest, this is the hypest cast we've had. the hypest show we've had. So just being honest here, just want to let you know.
It's pretty hype.
This is
I mean,
getting
I
hype.
think everybody, I don't know if there's a person out there who is a even kind of Saturn fan who's not excited for this game. So, and you get that. Sometimes you get games that, you know, have a niche audience, you know. I mean, even like Sakura Wars Columns. I know there's not, you know, there are a lot of Columns fans out there, but, you know, and I still appreciate Derek doing all that work on that game, even though there may not be, you know, there may be a limited number of Columns fans out there. But I mean, like Bulk Slash, I think it's one of those ones where everybody online is just losing their shit when they see this thing is going English, you know? So, and I mean, it's an English-friendly game. We've been able to play it for years, you know, and get through it. But just the fact that you guys are putting so much love and care, like you said, into localizing it, making it a true English release, that's what I'm talking about. That's the community right there that we're dealing with.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you know, the reality is, sorry, I was just 'cause, like, it's not a hard game to get through without speaking the Japanese. It's
Right.
just that you lose so much of the flair of the, pun intended, our character today is last name Flair, but, you know, there's just so much character, like the character of these navigators is really central to the game's spirit. So I think just like delivering that will hopefully get more people into the game, and you know, maybe inspire some future devs to make something similar. I don't know.
Yeah, and I
That's
was
on
going
the
to say,
chat. Yeah.
sorry, I was just going to say, I don't think that any other Saturn game has gotten an English dub, but there have been fan games that have gotten dubs before. I think a Yeast game, YS.
It was East 3.
Or East.
Oh,
yeah,
East 3.
East 3. Yeah,
And
wasn't there
CJ Iwakuro was working on
yeah.
an English dub for, I think, Castle Shikigami 1.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I think he
remember
got like a
seeing that.
partial one done for that, and that's really all that I've ever heard of. So it is a little bit of a untested waters, but I think we've been kind of, you know, learning as we go, and we've had a lot of great, patient voice actors who, you know, deal with us, kind of figuring it out, and it's been fun.
Yeah, I think I don't know if I was talking about this last night, but I was saying that if you wouldn't have told me that this was from 2020, I would have believed you if you would say this was from back then, because everything is like on it. The voice acting sounds like really
Professional.
great. Professional. It's great. So it's professional. Sorry, that's all hype. The text is all laid out. It feels localized. Like this game feels like something you'd pick out of a store almost. You know, and once all that's there, it's going to be amazing.
Well, that's certainly the goal. Thank you for saying that. That's certainly the goal. I've been trying to be careful not to date the game as a 2021 thing, you know, with like weird modern language or modern references. We want it to feel true to the spirit of a late 90s Saturn game. But, you know, also props to Mysty for not only the great performance, but for helping us establish the process that's going to facilitate the whole rest of the, you know, all of the voice recording we do after that. It was just...
Thank you. And you've been a really good coach with it as well. Like it's my first experience ever doing something like this, so I feel like you were brilliant, like helping me like get the lines out on point.
With our powers combined.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Speaking of Missy, I'm right here. I'm paused right here at Medical's introduction. I figured that I would let everybody see and hear her introduction as a character, just so that they could kind of see how you guys implemented this. So, I'll go ahead and click on the icon here.
How do you do? I am Metical Flair. Might I trouble you to tag along?
Why, sure. Oh no. Yes.
Let's
Okay.
be off. Onwards.
Nice. And
But you
so.
said no. I would
like,
be
no,
laughing
yes.
for like an hour.
Yeah, that would be.
It's like, Dave, you ruined it.
You don't disappoint.
But yeah,
I like
it's,
that. You don't disappoint.
Onwards.
You don't
Yeah, but no.
disappoint.
But yeah, this is amazing work. I like when I was playing this, I was like aghast with it, because I was like fighting through. I was like, okay, I need to get to the voice acted one, and I got to it, and I was like, oh man, this is so cool. Like, man, I like, I'm gonna be honest, the last night was the first time I played this game ever, and I struggled with the controls, but once everything clicked, it's like, this game's amazing. Like, oh my gosh. And I think someone in the comments said that you guys are the modern day working designs. Now, I don't know if that's, I think he's more of a compliment though on that one. And not like so. Yeah, just don't add like
is not jokes in the script, don't worry.
There's
Yeah,
easy 90s pop culture references here.
Yeah, trying to reel that stuff in, but also make the script really feel like it was written in English to begin with as much as possible.
Yes, but yeah, this game is fantastic. The work you do in the translations, like I didn't even think about it at all. I was like, oh, this is just another Saturn game. Like, it fits right into that, which I appreciate a lot. And I know Dave, I think Dave's played this more than I have, right?
Darn it, I just lost because I am playing actually with those. I am playing with those wonky controls. So I probably need to give that another shot. But yeah, I need to change it really. Yeah, because right now I'm like pressing the shoulder triggers in order to basically go left or right. But now I've unlocked Metical, so at least I have her. Like, I could probably just start at the beginning. Pat says he hates escort missions anyway, right? So I just wanted to be able to show people her introduction, you know, because if I had already unlocked it, then you guys would miss that little bit of voice acting.
Dude, this chat's getting hype. We got Ponut in here, got Momphis, got Knighted Dragon, got Emerald Nova. Oh my gosh, we got everybody in here. It's just a party now.
In hindsight, I do feel a little bad that we gave you the escort mission as the very first way to.
It's totally. It was easy enough. It was easy enough to get her.
I'm bad at them. Dave's good. Dave has the patience for that. I literally just rushed to pick up Metical, and I somehow beat it. I don't know how I did it on the first try. Like, the ship had like a little tiny slither of health left.
Yeah, you don't have to pick up that miss.
Right, because that would give me a different a different person,
that would
right?
swap to yeah, she's got Japanese voice acting, so you can just ignore it.
Leone, which we haven't done
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I think I noticed that Leone actually had English voice acting in the title, but I don't know if maybe that was just something that might have been a glitch or something.
I
think like there's some placeholder.
Oh, okay. That might be what it was.
Oh, I was thinking it's just like how sometimes Japanese people they'll throw in English words on occasion.
No, we put like a couple audition lines to test it out like a couple months ago, and I guess they never got taken back out.
It's cool. I actually think it was Misty's voice, I believe. I'll have to triple check on that.
No, that was one of the auditioners. It was just placeholder to test. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I remember seeing that video, but no, it's all good. I was like, wait, there's more of it? But no, it's all good. I really, like I said, it's been really fun. I don't think I beat the game yet. I need to completely go through that because I'm doing that video on it. So, but yeah, no, I was struggling with the controls. I was telling Dave before the stream happened that I kept every time I shot my missiles, like transformed again. I was like, no, don't.
I have to say, I appreciate the fact that you guys, maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like you kind of made her dialogue a little more sparse in terms of like her constant direction. Because when I'm playing the Japanese version, it's just like constantly chirping in my ear, you know, and it kind of gets annoying. Whereas like I feel like hers is a little bit sparse, you know.
It's probably just the tone of the Japanese actor being more grating to you because we didn't do anything to adjust the frequency or anything like that.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It could also be just that you're playing a little different, and not like she's not being prompted by whatever things prompt her as much.
I see.
Now that you know what to do in this game, you probably don't need as much instruction.
Right.
So that's probably why she's not chiming as much.
I think also one of the biggest things, at least that now I'm thinking about it, is that with the Japanese dialogue, you're getting yelled at in a language you understand, and it's like it gets frustrating because you have the things like what's she saying.
Yeah.
And this
sounds like she's yelling at you.
Walking in your ear.
Yeah, you don't understand the direction, but this one's like, okay, go this direction. Oh, I messed up. It's like clear. It's like, okay, that's less frustrating because they're giving
and that's that's cool to hear because that's kind of the point of doing all this is it makes it kind of a more pleasant game to play, a more fun game to play.
Yeah, and I would
It's
say
the
also
Japanese players had, essentially, in
Yeah,
1987.
that's right.
Yeah, and I was saying how cool it is that like we're finally getting these translations after all these years, and people are able to modify the
Ouch.
game and not need like the source code. Wait, what?
I said ouch.
Oh, sorry.
got
I thought I
hit.
said something. I was like, wait, what?
No,
But
no.
no, it's But no, it's really great that we're getting all these games finally, and we keep getting all these translations. And I think the coolest thing is that someone had mentioned that you guys like came together in this Discord, which I thought was kind of insane.
I remember the day.
Your Discord.
I remember the day. I remember the post you're talking about, because I was just I forget what the impetus for that was. There was something else that was just had recently come out, and I was just thinking like it would be cool to see. I mean, usually it's kind of looked. I mean, I get a lot of times where I'm like, oh, wouldn't it be great if this game was translated? And I'll get somebody saying, yeah, well, you want to do it because that's a lot of work, you know. But I was literally just more or less posting kind of like a wishful thinking, you know, what would be everybody's vote for, you know, a translation. And Bulk Slash was just like predominantly like Bulk Slash came out on top, and so I'm really glad that you guys did see that.
I mean, I was so glad to see it too because I've just kind of enjoyed the Saturn like in solitude for like the last 14 years. I bought one when I used to live in Japan, and in like 2007 when they were still like $30. You know, I bought one, and you know, games were super cheap back then. Every weekend I'd go out and come away with some weird gem for like less than $5.
Yes.
And but like, you know, I just didn't really have anyone to share that with, especially because they were in Japanese and very old. So to see this weird obscure thing that I've just enjoyed in solitude make the top of this like demand poll, I was like, oh, well, in that case, I'll translate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but yeah, no, it's kind of the same way I am with when I talk to people at Hajime no Ippo and all the Japanese like older animes. It's like everyone that I talk about it is like, oh yeah, I watched that 30 years ago, I think. But yeah, no, it's really cool that all these games are, you know, finally getting here, and but yeah, this is amazing, and I'm guessing a lot of stuff you have left is mostly going to be like the rest of the voice acting. Is that right?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, all the text is in there except for some of the credits.
Some of the credits, yeah, it sounds so low.
Most of the credits that need to be fixed, that need to be switched to English. Which I mean, it's kind of crazy because the credits have been like the second largest part of the game. I mean, besides the voice acting. I mean, the briefings we pretty much got switched all into English in like about a month, and all the navigator intros, like it didn't take that long. It's not that much text, but like the credits, there are about 125 lines of text just for the Japanese credits, and then we want to add our own English localization credits to the end. And that's another like 75 lines. Because I mean, you'll have, you know, the title of a person is one line, and then their actual name is the next line. So it's like 200 lines, and all of the text I have kind of tile set by hand in Microsoft Paint, and then I pass off to Mampus,
awesome.
and he does his magic.
That's what you've been using?
Yeah, I've been using MS Paint this whole time because it's super easy.
I mean,
I've been using MS Paint since I was like, 10 or whatever, so it's really simple for me to use.
Isn't it a lot more capable now, anyway? Like the Windows 10 version?
Oh yeah, it's a lot better than
Than
it
it
was
used
in
to be.
Windows 95.
Yeah.
This is just funny because you're like a professional designer.
Yeah, I choose to use MS Paint. Well, I mean, when it's like
if it
when it's
works.
pixels and stuff, I mean, I don't need Photoshop to move some, like an 8x16 tile of a letter. An English letter is just pixel art. So Microsoft Paint is like super simple and it gets the job done. So yeah, that's what I've been using.
I'm gonna be honest too. I think that Pixelworks a lot easier to do in Paint than Photoshop, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, that's how I kind of feel too. That's why I do it. So, but it needs to get converted into like a palette-based thing. So I don't really know how to use Crystal Tile very well. I've been trying to get to know it a little better in this project, but Momphis has been the one to take all my script tiles. I have tile set, and he puts them into crystal tile, converts them, and then he inserts them into the actual game code. He first has to insert the graphics of the lettering into something called the kanji.font file inside the game, and that's something where they had just put like an entire alphabet, essentially, or what would you call it for Japanese characters? It's all the kanji that you could possibly want. Yeah, the whole character set. And I also had English too, but the English letters were wider than the ones that we're using. We're using like a narrow width font, essentially, so we can fit more letters on screen. And so we've just been replacing that with our script, and there's so little text in the game that we don't have to like just put one set of letters and then just keep referencing them over and over. We just kind of put the whole script in there bespoke,
right.
And then so it just, if you opened up the kanji.font file and looked at how we'd edited it, you just see the whole script all the way through. It wouldn't look like a mess of jumbled letters. So we've been kind of lucky that that's just been kind of made our lives easier.
For real, yeah. But I actually had a question from Hampus, if he's still here.
I am here.
Magst du ein Deutsche Dub?
Oh my goodness.
Was hatte ich vor? Ja. I'm thinking about it to make a German dub after finishing it. But the first attempt will be like more a fun attempt, like some males speaking some publish. But for the future, I'm looking forward to find some serious some people who like to serious dubbing it.
Ooh, that'd be kind of interesting. I'd probably play through that one on the stream. That one on the stream just for that one too. But
That'd be rad.
That'd be kind of cool. But yeah.
I think it will. Which game are we talking about?
Yeah, sorry.
Talking about doing a German dub.
Sorry, I didn't catch which game.
Bulk slash.
We're nearing a target. Onwards.
The other one we're playing.
Bulk Slash, which is what's being played right now on the stream.
You don't disappoint.
Yeah.
I also noticed that we got two across in the chat. He's our voice actor for the protagonist, who we may or may not see today. His cutscenes are still sort of in a work in progress state. But that's Jonathan. I don't know if you're on mic, but we just recorded him this past week, and he did a great job. So it would be cool if we get that far in the game. It's basically the very end of the game. You have a couple cutscenes.
Yeah, you gotta get to the last boss.
I think he must turn on his volume. I hear him, but
very
quite.
Oh, I don't hear him at all. Yeah, Jonathan, you got to turn up, I think. Crank it.
Crank the mic gain.
Another game that has aged very well.
I mean, yeah, what do you guys think of these graphics? Because I always thought this was like the best looking 3D the Saturn ever figured out.
I think it looks really good. I like it looks like pseudo 2D, 3D sort of aspect, but I really enjoy the implementation, a lot of it. It looks really good. And I think it's aged at least in a really good way in terms of like that 32-bit look, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, like it's very stylized. I think even the 2D sprite that they used for the player character, it's that thing where they like made a bunch of sprites out of a 3D render, like Donkey Kong Country, which the Saturn was big on, but I thought was often kind of ugly. But it looks good here, I think.
Yeah, it looks great.
Onwards.
It's only ugly if you don't clean it up properly, I think.
Onwards.
Yeah, well, it tends to look like just like mismatched with the backgrounds when you have like a digitized, sprite or like digitized photos against like hand-drawn backgrounds.
She's
it
calling
looks
me
like
nitwit.
you're watching someone blue-screened on a set.
I think it looks quite pretty, because originally I didn't know what Bulk Slash was until C. Nugan reached out to me, and when I looked at the clips I was actually quite surprised at how great it looks for how old it is. I was like, oh wow, like it was so cool with the animation coming up, everything. It's really cool.
I think games that used a lot of color hold up really well. Games
this
that
is a great game,
yeah. I mean, with Gun Griffin being an exception, like I feel like Gun Griffin 1 and Gun Griffin 2 are both mech games that actually used kind of a washed out gray, you know, brown palette, but they still, you know, because of like Eurasian conflict, but they still hold up today. But I mean, this just with some colorful, it's just so colorful. That's part of the charm.
Gun Griffin at least had those glorious explosion sprites.
Yes,
those look
they
good.
did.
Color in the important places. Yeah, you also notice that this game has a very distinct color palette for each stage, which not only helps it have achieve like a nice stylized look, but it contributes to the feeling that every stage is giving you something a little different, which is something I think this game does well. You only have seven stages.
I'm not doing well.
But like, you know, they vary it up quite a bit in terms of, you know, like there's some stages where you're going to be in walker mode pretty much the whole time, some where you're going to be flying the whole time, some where you can kind of pick and choose. And there's even like some variety in the objectives. Like we saw the escort mission, which I'm sure is going to be everyone's favorite. And then there was another one
Don't
where you
mock
gotta No, I mean those are a hard sell, I think, in any game.
Oh, it's okay. I don't mind it. I was telling Pat, I'm not like, oh, but of course, I just lost because again, I forgot to change my control. It is difficult. Like is this an opportunity to get out, or do I have to just start again?
I think you just hit all the buttons, just uncontinue, whatever.
Yeah, strafing with the D-pad, it just sucks. It's just not. Okay, so I am not able to get out of here. Like, how do I get back out?
You just reset the.
Do I have to soft reset?
ABC and start. Hit ABC and start.
Yeah, I will.
Back you out.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But yeah, one thing I was actually wondering is like, what was the voice? Was there any like voice acting or settings requirement, like any sort of leveling you guys had to do, or the voice actors had to set?
Oh, set your game level to easy, by the way. You've got it on normal.
Oh, I like normal. Oh, okay, fine. Let's put it on easy. All right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You're just saying. All right. What's visual bonus? Is that like
when you beat the game, you get like a little piece of artwork of whatever navigator you beat it with.
Is it safe for work?
Yeah, like the lootest it gets is they'll be in a bathing suit.
Ah, I got you. Okay, all right.
And you have to level up a lot to get that. 'Cause it's sort of like low key a dating sim, right? Like they took a bunch of elements from dating sims and put it in an action game. So the idea is that you build your
lost
affinity.
Metical though.
Yeah, because you backed out. She's in stage 3 if you want to try to reunlock her.
I can get her. I can grab her again. That's how I started off.
No.
Oh, no. Yeah, I started off with the escort mission. But maybe this will be easier with these controls, so we'll go straight there.
Hopefully.
That's another thing to look out for, though, is as you level up the navigator, their dialogue changes. So there's more to them than.
And they actually give more specific directions when they're at a higher level.
Yeah, they get better at the job.
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah, that was quite interesting to voice act, was how the lines were changing per level, and it just gives you more of a connection with the character. Like I felt more connected with her as I was voicing more and more of the lines, and it was just really fun to do. Great experience.
Yeah, did you guys?
Metical, especially. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask, how many lines in total were you guys, or were you voice acting for that? Was there quite a bit of them, or was it, because I haven't hit like that, played through the entire game. Is there a ton of different lines you had to record for this?
I think.
How many was it again?
It's somewhere in the realm, so there's like 75 main in-game lines, give or take, and then you've got the endings, which are just like a handful of lines.
It's the same controls. I thought you said strafe with the shoulder buttons. No? It's the same controls.
Did you switch it to Type C?
I did. I thought I did.
You might not hit the button.
Yeah, you have to hit start on it to accept it.
Oh, you gotta be. Okay, all right, let's try this again.
Out.
Easy was saved though. Okay, so controller Type A. Okay, so I press start. Okay, got it.
So,
and then press start again.
Hello.
right.
Yeah, and you can just exit. You should
All
be
right,
good.
let's try that again.
We're talking about controls. I wanted to poll the audience for something, and I'm going out on a limb a bit here because we don't even know if this is possible. I don't know how into this idea that the rest of the team is, but I'm a huge twin stick fan. The twin stick that they made for Virtual On.
Yeah,
and
for
it works
Virtual
with
On.
Gun Griffin 2 and a couple other games. If we can figure out how to do it, would you guys be into like a hack that changes like one of the control setups so that it's optimized for the twin stick? Because I feel like this game is a great candidate for twin stick stuff.
That one and the mission stick would be kind of cool.
And the mission stick I thought about too. It might be harder because it's an analog. It's like an analog stick. Whereas the twin stick actually works now if you plug it in. It's just the layout is weird, so it's like not optimized. So it seems maybe doable. As a completely non-technical person, I get the sense that it's probably doable. We just have to change one of the control layouts to trick it into thinking one button is another.
Night of Dragon is offering to help us with that.
Oh, wonderful.
That would be cool.
As someone with a twin stick, I've always longed for like more games to support it. Mission stick also, but the twin stick, it feels like a lower bar because it's already recognized by the game.
Yeah, I think one of my issues with this game is that when you're in a lot of the boss battles where you have to strafe them a lot, my thumb just like kills me on some of those. So I think a control, like, because I was saying an analog stick would be so much better for this game.
So pro tip, when you have a navigator on board your craft, you can press the X, Y, or Z button during a boss battle, and it will automatically snap you to looking at the boss. It'll like swing your
I like that.
That's good.
When you're flying.
X, Y, or Z. Any of those.
Yeah, X, Y, or Z. And if you're in a regular mission, you're not in the boss part, and you press X, Y, or Z, that will make your navigator tell you which way to go. It'll make a little arrow pop up. So if you're lost and she isn't telling you where to go, you can X, Y, or Z, and it'll call your navigator.
All right, let me try it. Yeah, okay, got it.
Yeah, I think Sam was saying that the problem with the twin stick is it's not analog and you can't double input. I think that's the only issue, but I honestly, I think just having it would be kind of cool to try.
Wait, you can't double input with the twin? You can, because like in the Gundam games, you can jump by like flicking both sticks outward or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like a remapped Saturn controller, so it should allow double inputs. I think.
I've noticed one thing that really helps is reducing your speed. If you're flying, you know, and you're trying to target, you know, several objects, you just reduce your speed so that you can get, you know, them, and then you can crank up the speed.
Nope,
yeah, no, that helped me a lot.
Good job.
Yeah,
I don't know if I blew up for a second. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, but now there's the boss. So I'm gonna try what you guys said. We'll get up flying. Now we can increase our speed to fly out over the water, and then bank, turn, and then reduce speed to fire at the enemy. And I wish that it would. You basically have to cycle through the speed, which kind of is a bummer, but oh well.
You can also hold down the speed button and press up or down to
really
put it at whatever speed you want.
Oh my god, that is awesome. Okay, cool. You just taught me something.
Another pro tip.
Another pro tip.
Yeah, there's lots of. I mean, there's a lot of mechanics for a game this old.
Yeah,
which I think
and since we don't have a translated manual coming with, you know, however we're obtaining our copies of Bulk Slash, you know, nobody knows all these little control things, you know, but it's like we have played this game a million times testing it out, so we've just kind of figured it out.
Nice.
Funny thing is, I'm actually too lazy to actually put this in my mode, so I haven't tried it yet.
Really? Oh, because it's the mode, yeah. I gotcha.
You need to play it.
Yeah.
Can I be heard now?
Yes.
Is this a very hard game, or is it easy?
It can be a little tough at times. Like once you get used to it, it's not bad.
Yeah, if you have a lot of experience with like 3D action games, it's probably not too bad. There's kind of a difficulty spike in the final stage, but I think on the whole, it airs a little on the easy side. Plus, there's an easy mode.
Yeah.
So not too bad.
Yeah, I'm still getting used to the change in. I mean, it makes more sense to strafe, right, with the left and right. But I'm having to like kind of reacquaint myself with the controls, just because I got used to bad habits with that other control scheme. But this is okay. This is okay. Good.
Apparently, there's a discussion going on in the chat if we have any beefs with other crews, or any beefs against any communities. Like,
beefs?
I don't know what's going on. Like, I looked away for a second, and like it's turning into like some what's that movie? Warriors. It's like the Warriors now, where we gotta make it back to Coney Island.
Well,
So,
no, we don't have any.
I don't think we do.
We don't have any particular beefs. Maybe some people have
we have
beefs
good
with us. Who knows? Maybe people have beefs with us, but I'm pretty sure we're beef free. We're
West Side
halal.
Story, Warriors. I don't know. I kind of prefer the Warriors mentality because I like that movie.
Oh yeah.
I think Derek would agree with me on that one, but I think we might be a little bit biased. But anyways, yeah, no, we don't have we like everybody. We have good relationships with pretty much everyone we interact with.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like everybody in the communities because they all bring something new and interesting, and we all inspire each other in one way or another, which I like a lot. At least that's in my opinion. I love that we're balanced. It's like the Brian Wilson and the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Brian Wilson and the Beatles. Sorry. Sort of like that.
I mean, I'm just like Greg was saying, like I was playing Saturn alone for years, and I mean that's just what it was to be an American Sega Saturn fan. So like all I literally wanted was just to bring a bunch of people together and have us be able to like share experiences and have fun, you know, like have those schoolyard talks that I never really got to have, you know, because all of my friends were like PlayStation fans. Which was fine because, I mean, we had a PlayStation in my house and I appreciated the PlayStation just fine. It was just like, I chose to be a Saturn fan and there just wasn't really anybody to share it with, though. That was the hard part.
Yeah.
All my friends would be like, what?
Yeah, for real. And I think what I like about this is that we're actually reaching out to other communities, like I guess you guys are reaching out into the voice acting talent on the internet and stuff as well. So we're getting into a lot of those circles. So hopefully we can get people to build up the hype and stuff like that don't really know about the Saturn that much, because I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that having discovered the Saturn sort of posthumously, like after it was
a
completely dead thing, it felt like I was enjoying something, not just enjoying it in solitude, but enjoying something that was like dead.
Yeah.
But I think that's the difference community makes, is you know, I think a big part of why people enjoy the things they enjoy is because there's this feeling of
acceptance
community, right?
Yeah.
That you're part of like a zeitgeist or something, and with retro gamers that can be hard to find, but I think some sort of part of the magic of the internet is that it can bring together people with these more niche interests. And like, I'm looking at your like beautiful stream setup with all these like cool graphics and stuff, and like all these people coming together to talk about these games, and it feels new again.
Yes.
To me, like I feel like we're talking about news and something exciting that's on the horizon. And I think that's like really special after like even having come to the Saturn very late. I've known about Bulk Slash for like 14 years.
Yeah.
So it was old in my head until this year.
Yeah. And that's another thing. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. I'm just saying, there's definitely been a Saturn renaissance. I'm pretty sure it was safe to say that the Saturn was dead around like 2018 or so, but like coincidentally a bunch of people came into the homebrew environment around 2019, and that year like 3 different ODEs popped up when all we had was the GDMU solutions. So like the last couple of years have been really good for the Saturn community as a whole.
Right, and
those started that whole downpour of like just Saturn translations and all the communities building up again.
I think I don't want to. This is gonna sound egocentric, so I'm not gonna
say
us,
that it was.
I think a lot of it is a lot of the people like the Saturn Junkyard, Sega Lord X, Genovi, and I guess to some extent us as well. Just bringing these to light, you know, and bringing these to like the big dogs like, you know, Metal Jesus and Retro RGB and all the guys that really are in the community but don't really know much about Saturn, because I mean. Yeah. It's just like, and I think that's what's keeping alive, just like a lot of people like us talking about that and hyping you guys up, because like you guys are the real stars of the show. I mean, we're doing the news and stuff, but I mean, you guys are the reason we want to put you in the front and center. Well, yeah, you guys are, you're creating the news, and we're just kind of telling people about it. That's the thing with SHIRO, is we felt like there's so much new stuff going on with the Saturn that there needs to be some kind of unified platform to get it out there, to get the news out there efficiently and have enough reach to give your guys' projects the discussion and the attention that they deserve, you know. So that was part of the idea doing the SHIRO show, you know, because before that it was just a podcast. We just wanted to talk about the Saturn, you know. We love
As a person who works at newspapers, I have to say that I appreciate what you guys are doing. I think you do a great job. It's awesome. It is a lot of fun to just be able to have like a Sega Saturn website to go to, you know, check out every day or whatever and see what's new. And yeah, it is helpful to kind of connect the community and give everybody sort of a you know, a base to touch on.
And that isn't to say we're the only ones doing it either, because it's like Mr. Burns over on Sega Extreme, he's just digging for gold every day, and he's putting stuff in the chat over there, and you know, I always ask, you mind if I you know, share this, and he's always very cool about that. So but yeah, there are several communities out there, and we don't seek to be like the only one or like the definitive one. We just want to be a good one that does a good job letting you guys know. And we really love the fact that there are like other passionate communities out there, so we're always happy to shout Sega Extreme, and happy to shout like Emerald's webpage, because he's got a cool like developer thing going on. I really like the idea that people. Yeah, I like the fact that he took this idea of creating a kind of like a Rolodex, I guess you could say, for all it's an old dad word, but anyway, like a Rolodex for all the Saturn developers, so we can just keep them straight and know who's who and who's doing what, you know. So that's cool.
Yeah, Rolodex is definitely period appropriate.
Yeah, right? Why not?
But yeah, no, and the thing is that it's gone beyond nostalgic nowadays. This is like brand new. This is like levels of like brand new systems. Like this is like a nostalgia trip or some temporary thing. This is the new, which I appreciate, and I don't think any other era in the history of ever would have had something like this happen, you know? Yeah.
By the way, Dave, you are running a little low on time, so you might want to follow your orange arrow to go blow up the last fuel pod.
My orange arrow? Like, where am I not seeing? Oh, on the map. Okay, yeah.
Like, it's on the UI, like, right above your yeah, right there, that orange arrow.
So
and she kind of tells you, go left, go straight, or whatever.
Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention to time, because I was just having fun blowing stuff up.
We're in this, we're in this awesome discussion, so I thought you meant the stream was like, oh, no way, it's 2:30 already. I'm having too much fun, this ain't ending.
No, I mean your mission level, because they give you 10 minutes to get through a level, and usually it's not bad if you know what you're doing, but if you're just like having fun or you're going for a high score, trying to blow up as much as possible, like the time can wear down.
Okay, so I've got to blow up what?
The fuel pods, it's got a little target over that, but they're like little shield generators around it. It's behind you a little bit. If you want to turn around, there's like a dome.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there's like a blue dome. It's got kind of a fake
got it.
going on.
Yeah.
Right there. You have little shield generators rotating around it, and then that'll drop the shield, and you can blow up the fuel pod. There you go.
And there's only one left.
Yeah, one left.
All right, let's go there. Minute. I've got 1 minute, and I gotta use more speed.
Yeah, so you just spam fire at it.
Okay, where are we going now?
I definitely
I must hurry, but you gotta tell me where to go. We're nearing it.
So if it wasn't clear, if you press X, Y, or Z at any time, you can ping your navigator to like update you on the.
Oh, right. Yes, you told me that. It's just like I kind of forgot.
Yeah, look up.
I mean, there's just so many mechanics in the game. It's easy to.
All right, I got more shield now.
You got this, Dave. You got this.
Well, I need to like fly, but
It's
have
that thing
like
at the top.
limited speed. There we go.
There you go.
Well, you can up
Good
the
job.
speed.
Yeah. All right. Now I'm gonna
There
fly
we
out over
go.
the water and get a good vantage point for whatever this thing is coming to kill me now.
This is probably one of the cooler looking bosses.
Oh
in the
yeah,
game, I
that's
think.
awesome. That's like the dragonfly thing.
Yeah.
A butterfly, I guess. It's more like a butterfly. To the rear. All right, here goes. Let's destroy
I think
this thing.
The bosses really show how like they really figured out an aesthetic that works with the Saturn. They even sort of managed to fake transparency with these wings. I think it's fake.
Yeah, I think it's dithered.
It's mesh, and that's like the easiest transparency to do on the Saturn. And the thing is, this is completely doable by a homebrew crew.
Right.
Like I'm looking at this model and saying, hey, if you're like anywhere good at art, this is easily translatable because each one of those wings is probably like 1 or 2 quads, and you just put the mesh flag on, and it looks exactly like that.
You know, you made a
there
joke
is real
about
transparency on screen right now, and it's the UI, the radar, the shield meter. That is real transparency going on, and of course you can't have 2 different things on the Saturn
killing me.
using transparency. So they
Well,
made
you
a
can,
choice there.
you can make an attempt.
Witchcraft.
Pixel 2 has done something like that. It's just very difficult. But the first transparency, if you're just doing a HUD thing, I mean, I don't understand VDP2, so I can't speak to it, but that tends to be the easier thing to do from what I've seen.
I mean, it's a good thing the timer stopped for the boss fight.
Yeah, you have unlimited time on the boss.
Yeah, but I don't have unlimited life and I'm dying here. Okay, cool. Yeah, Emerald made a joke about like if we could just get everybody to use RF connections, then he could just get away with using mesh. But I mean, isn't that the whole thing? You know, it's like nobody was really looking at these mesh transparencies back in the day. Because you know, even with composite, it's pretty.
You can't. It gets fuzzy. That's the whole purpose. Is like one pixel difference when it's a hard contrast with composite. It just ends up like blurring it, which is the effect you want. So actually, Power Slave relies on that for the water, I think.
I have to go back and do stage 1.
Transparency is the only true transparency.
I picked up this nice. So there's like an old lady that lives down the street, right? And she put this Gold Star, wood grain Gold Star 19-inch television set out on the curb. And we just happened to be going on a walk, and it was like mint, like from the 60s or something, right? And so it's just got RF, but the thing is in beautiful condition with the knobs and everything. So I was like, okay, let's take it home and see what the image looks like. I plugged in a Genesis to it, and of course, I had to remember that, like, back in the day, we used to, like, dial in the image, you know, we dialed the contrast, the color, you'd get the color going up, and then you'd kind of dial it down until the bleeding stops, you know? But, the Genesis looked really, really good over RF on this TV set. Like, in perspective, no, it didn't look like a PVM, but it looked completely different. You know, like the dinosaurs on Jurassic Park looked like, you know, smooth. And I knew that I'd seen those same sprites looking all pixelated and blocky on a PVM, you know, but like on this old RF set, they just, you know, it was the artist's intention to, you know, use that dithering of those pixels, you know, and the limited color palette in Debabilizer or whatever, you know, to just make it look perfect on an RF or composite connection.
I must say, since I'm talking to you guys in this channel, I had this surreal experience like what Dave just said with the fake mesh and the connection that makes it blur out. Whenever I was talking about this retro stuff, like the games and how the display works and the CRTs, nobody really got what I was saying, and the surreal experience was the first time I got here is everybody knew what I was talking about and knew so much more than I did, which was quite the opposite. Nobody ever heard about seemingly a single game I talked about when I was in AKA the real world or whatever you want to call it.
You found your people.
Yeah, harder to find when you're just out and about at the grocery store.
Yeah.
You guys like Bulk Slash?
Yes, seriously. Let's talk
I
about
was
this.
actually about to ask a dumb question to Xanos and Malphus. I was like, I wonder what the Saturn was between the GDR and DDR. But then I realized, sorry, the West and East German is like, oh wait, no, that dissolved way before the Saturn, way after the Saturn came out. So ignore that.
What a nerdy question.
my brain broke for a second. I was like, that wall kind of got destroyed in '89.
Yeah.
They were around 5 years prior, but there's a very good German magazine called Return, which had an article about arcade machines in the DDR. Which highlighted like they didn't like violence like the regime. They were like a bunch of old people, and they said, oh no, we don't want these violent Western German games, but the young ones are craving arcade games, so they made like an arcade cabinet with like 10 games, I think.
And all of them were
actually we had Angela Merkel playing this arcade cab on Gamescom. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, beside that return booth also.
I think I remember hearing about that. Wasn't that like it was like the one cab they got mixed up with for the what's that game? The one Polybius or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Polybius was supposed to be like a CIA psyop or something like that. I forget what all the conspiracy theories are saying about it.
Because I remember it got mixed up because it was like Cineslortion or something, but it was also something in East. It was something in the DDR though, that there's an arcade or something. I think that's what they're talking about, right?
Was the CIA project.
There was it was an arcade. It was like an urban legend of that. Like there was a game that showed up somewhere in like Jersey or something like that. That it was kind of like Asteroid or something like that, and but it made people Tempest, and it made people like. It gave them the headaches and stuff, and they got like really weirded out. And so like it was an urban legend about like, oh, this one arcade game will make you go insane, but like no one could ever find it. But it was like, you know, it's like one of those like really funny things. Like, heck yeah, cool.
Oh yeah, that game exists.
That made me go insane.
That game exists. It's called the entire Virtual Boy library.
It'll drive one man insane. But no, it's cool. I think 2 Acres, you're was it 2 Across? Is that the name? I can't see it from here.
Yeah. Exis.
So you're gonna be the voice of the protagonist, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
I remember him as Cress when I first auditioned, but now it's Chris.
So we had to make a hard judgment call with the translation because I think because this is an unofficial project, I've been trying to be extra careful about where we take creative license, because I think that this is at heart partly a preservation effort. So I don't want to I don't want to take too many liberties with someone else's work. But some of the
sounds dumb.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is some of the names were just too unwieldy. And Cress Dooley was how we had originally Dooley was how we translated the protagonist's name originally, based on the katakana. But his name, it comes up. His full name comes up once in the game, and it's in the most emotional scene. It's like the climactic scene, and this very emotional moment with she goes, "Aren't you the Cress Dooley I grew up with?" And I just felt like
sounded a little goofy. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, or more than a little. Like it doesn't even sound like a name. So I just felt like.
I have a coworker named Chris.
Oh, my shield is almost gone.
We gotta switch it back now.
Yes.
Sega's always had those interesting names like Stick Brightling and Zombie Revenge. I still think that's my favorite localized name, Stick Brightling. That's
Jad the Taff and Cart Bradfield and Elevator Action Returns.
So bad.
So does anyone remember Final Fantasy V and the original name of the protagonist before they had to change it in the official translation?
Matsu.
Yeah, because the fan translation made the decision to keep it as is.
Butts.
Because that was, Butts.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hard call because you want to honor the work and not be like, well, they were just wrong this time, because it's like, who the hell are we? But it just felt like,
oh, this is the. Do you know what this is in English?
Yeah, it hits different, and so we had to. There were a couple other instances in the endings where like all the names were like movie stars, and we were like, well, people are gonna think they're talking about the movie stars.
Oof.
I was reminded of in Zone of the Enders, there was a character named Boncher.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
ZOEs, those are good games.
The trick to all the navigators. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I say it's kind of funny with the Western names in Japanese, just how weird some of the localizations were. Like, I don't know if you guys watch Hunter x Hunter at all, but the character Biscuit Kruger's like in Japanese, it's like Biscuit Kruger or something like that. So a lot of people would mistranslate that, and I think even Crappie had a weird name for quite a little while. But it's kind of funny how all the localization is the Westernization to Japanese, and then back to that is just a funny process to me in that nature.
I am so
it can easily become a game of telephone.
I'm so glad I did not have to deal with that back in the Sakura Wars project.
They all have pre-Japanese names. Actually, I don't think the only one that didn't have it was the little girl, right? The French one.
There is someone brought up how back when the original manga was coming out in America, there was they were having trouble deciding between Iris, which is what we chose, and Aerith, like the Final Fantasy VII character.
Oh, jeez.
They actually make a joke about that in the manga. Like, she goes, "My name's Iris, but sometimes people call me Aerith."
You see a giant guy with a sword coming behind her.
It's just a shadow, really long katana. Yeah.
Watch out! Oh, she has her AirPods in.
Yeah, lovely talking with you all, but unfortunately I have to go now as it's gone 10 o'clock over in the UK.
Yeah, thank you for your work on this.
Thank you, Misty.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for all your efforts.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for letting me be a part of it. It's been really exciting, really fun. Really.
Did you want to plug anything before you head out?
Yeah, do you have a website or?
I just have a YouTube channel. It's Dark Misty ASMR. That's literally it. But thank you.
Sounds good. Yeah, we'll be tagging. Yeah, no worries. See you later.
I'll throw that in the chat for everyone. I have the link.
I like ASMR channels. Good for unwinding. Oh, is it? What do you do? Like unboxings or?
No, it's a bit different. It's like like yandere role plays and things like that.
Okay, cool.
Hence the voice acting.
Gotcha.
Do you want me to toss your Instagram link in here too while we're here?
Oh yes, please. That would be lovely. Thank you.
All right, I'm on it.
Thank you so much.
Sounds good. Have a good night.
Good
You
night,
too. Thank you. Bye bye.
That's Metical, ladies and gentlemen.
Metical Flair.
Metical Flair. She's a princess, right? In the game?
Yeah. She's a princess, yeah. And it's funny because like I was gonna say earlier, she starts off a little standoffish as like someone raised in luxury, but then as you level her up by playing through the game, she warms up to you, and it's reflected in her dialogue. And I think that's just kind of one of the charms of the game.
Yeah,
right.
And we're also gonna be plugging everybody else here. So once we wrap it up, we'll get everybody's information and we'll put it in the video and the re-upload once we get that going. So
I'm guessing there's not a lot of male cast to be voiced and a lot of female cast to be voiced.
Yeah, there's only one main male, which is the player character, and a couple background characters, and that's about it for men.
And it's like a silent protagonist, right?
Well, he's not silent. He's two across. But only, it's funny because I think this game, it's part of this thing they used to do in the 90s where they would cram 90% of the story in the manual and 10% of the story in the game. So you don't, if you're not looking at the manual, you might not even know who you are in the game. Or what the central conflict is, and then all of a sudden in the final stage you get these cutscenes featuring the protag and his his main well, the main adversary, basically.
So what you're saying is I'm gonna have to record a audio drama, right?
I think it's you don't have any choice in the matter.
Actually,
Down.
it might be. What if we got him to narrate, record like him reading in the manual, the story parts at least.
Do like a YouTube series, just this is a dramatic reading of the Bulk/manual. I'd be down for that.
I wonder how hard it would be to mod that in the game.
Or make an extra disc.
Where would we even put it?
Yeah, I don't know how we would even do it.
That'd be like
what if we replace the music track?
We could only replace the intro FMV that comes when you do nothing in the start.
Yeah, and you don't want to lose that because it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Can you make
or you can make a bonus disc.
I think we could treat it as a supplemental marketing material that we just release on YouTube.
We'll put it in as a separate track, and it's Cress narrating everything that he's doing.
Oh yeah, like back in the day they did on Alucard. Welcome to the PlayStation disc.
Welcome to the PlayStation.
The
Yeah.
first track contains game data, so don't play it.
Yeah. It'll blow out
you,
your speakers.
Can you swap out the FMV with can you extend the FMV so at the end of the original you have the recording of him just reading out the manual and the story?
That to me feels like it's way overstepping that creative license thing I was talking about, where it's like I feel like that gets away from the preservation angle and into hey, we wanted to do what we want with your thing.
This is our bulk slash.
Yeah, which is I'm very against doing that.
Yeah,
but
I
as
think,
a supplemental material, I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, no, I think some of that would be cool, and maybe we can have someone. I don't know if Dave's gonna be, because I know.
Don't shoot the bombs. You pick them up.
Oh, you
when
pick
you're
them.
flying.
Yeah.
Oh, you pick them up when you're flying.
To them, yeah.
Look at the spelling.
He translated
of
a
bomb.
briefing that told you what to do.
Dave's not paying attention. He's got to do the talking.
What do you want me to? What were we talking
So
about?
you have to fly into those bombs to pick them up.
All right, so let's go fly into the bomb.
And while you're carrying that bomb,
shoot
admire
them, but fly
the
head
spelling of the word bomb.
Yeah, the original Japanese version of this game has BOM above all those bombs. They don't have the B at the end.
So do I have a bomb? I just flew into it.
You did for a second, and then you smushed it into the floor, and it went away. And it
Okay,
respawned.
then.
So you gotta kind of come at it from not an angle. There you go, and no, you lost it.
I love how you're like about a second or two
behind.
behind.
From the back end and go flying.
Right. Come from the back end.
Is you get behind it and then you go.
I got you.
You bottom out your speed. You go.
There it is.
Get into first gear there.
And now I need to go where with this bomb?
Pretty much straight ahead. She'll kind of tell you.
All right, full speed ahead.
It's pretty straightforward. Yeah,
hey, by the way, Greg, look, the bomb armor has lost some of its health. You said you had never seen it before. Oh, they blew up your bomb before you can get it to. But you got to get to these half transparent squares.
I got you. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I've played this level in a while since it was the
Are these squares also dithering? I never really thought about it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Typical. I love the trails on the missiles when you're in jet form.
Oh yeah, they're like.
You saw that effect in a lot of Saturn games.
I love how they're triangle. They're basically like triangles, or not triangles, but just three-sided.
Oh, the missiles themselves.
Yeah.
They're just kind of like
the save on polygons.
They look like prisms.
Okay, so I need to go into this target with the bomb. Okay, cool.
Yeah, but don't get hit by anything.
No, don't get hit.
There you go.
All right.
And you got 3 more to do.
And I see that. All right.
Yes.
It's hard to stay in the Saturn squad limit. I'm wondering, can you look straight up or down?
Yes. You kind of can, but it sort of tries to level you back out. Sort of like when you play Rogue Squadron on the N64. You can technically look up and down, but it kind of auto levels you once you stop pressing up.
Oh, I
or
lost the bomb because I didn't know where the target was. Darn it. Okay. Going back. Going back to get the bomb.
Get the bomb. But yeah, no, I actually really like this mission. So what were you saying?
I was asking what the frame rate was for this game.
I'm not sure. We never tested that.
I cannot
It runs
figure.
at 30 most of the time.
Yeah, it looks like 30 to me.
Yeah, it's variable because sometimes you'll get into issues like areas where it just lag completely. You go down like 5 frames per second.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't
feel
think
like
it's not.
I rarely
in the
see
next
lag in
mission
this game.
that. I think in the next mission I hit areas where I just lagged completely because there's like so many.
This isn't where the
right
bombs
there,
are.
yeah, right there. That he just hit that lagged pretty bad.
Yeah,
so, like,
I see.
If you want to maintain 30 frames, I think you can hug between 1,000 and 1,500 quads, closer to 1,000 probably, if you want to take count all the logic and stuff. But it doesn't look like there's a great deal many quads on the screen.
Yeah, there's a lot of sprites going on as well.
But you know, this mission actually was pretty fun. I actually liked it a lot. I know people had issues with the popping in and out, but it wasn't too awful for me though. But yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, especially since it's in like outer space. I like the aesthetic of it. They got my bomb again.
Vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting that. Let's do this again.
I would have been
Star
all
Fox,
over this game if I had known it existed back in the day.
This looks like Star Fox Assault, but good.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's like
I
good.
keep losing the bomb.
Yeah, just fly around those, because when you blow them up, the explosion catches your bomb. So just try to avoid them.
I gotcha. Okay, so we'll speed up and we'll just try to fly well around them.
Yeah, I just fly directly. I don't even shoot anything. I just like go straight there. I set it to 100 and I set it and I forget it.
All right, let's go back and grab that bomb, and let's just deliver
I think
it.
you dropped the bomb.
Yeah, I
in
dropped
space,
the bomb right here, and there's the target. So I just have to grab it, and then I dropped the bomb. Speed up through here. Was that not the target that I was supposed to hit?
There are others. You planted a bomb in that one already.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
There's like 4 other targets.
Damn it.
Or 2 other ones.
Yeah, all on different parts of the
keep
battleship
dropping
here
it.
that you're supposed to stop from doing a landing operation, I guess.
Let's
I feel
get
like
some
this
shield.
stage really like showcases the versatility of their concept, like the base concept of the game. You know, the fact that you're
I want that
flying in
shield.
space now and like a very different objective than in the previous stages. I just think that this is the stage for me that was like, oh man, they really exhausted the possibilities with this game. That's great.
I wish they had another like a mission in space like this. You know, maybe doing something different. Maybe something that was more like
I'm going
a
to
big
die.
melee in space or whatever.
Yeah,
I feel like
I
this
haven't
is the
played
kind of game. Sorry, I was just gonna say that could really have benefited from a sequel. I feel like they could have done a lot.
Oh yeah.
I am going to die.
Maybe this will push the interest, and then like,
So-
hey, you know what? We're gonna bring back Bulk
Where
Slash.
am I trying to go here?
You know, Konami was saying that they originally had something for E3. Imagine if, because they own hundreds of licenses
This is
now.
sure
Oh.
to be it.
That's where I was trying to go.
2, baby.
And then it's a Pachi slot.
And it's a Pachi slot. I love it. Or a phone game.
Hit the lever.
Funny enough, Konami still makes all the rhythm games, and they're still amazing, which is crazy.
Dude, I would kill a man to get a Beatmania machine.
Okay, so where am I supposed to go with this? I'm like,
On the other side
not.
of the ship.
Here we go.
There's one to the left, one to the right, one at the
There we go.
one end of
Finally.
it, and one at the other. There you go.
Finally. But
Yeah,
I've
you
got
got
like
it.
no shield left though. I'm gonna
You
die.
just gotta eat it. Just set it to 99 and make a run for it. You got this.
There.
Is there a two-player mode where you can do dogfights?
Nope. It's just a single-player game.
They're probably doing a lot of cheating with loading and number of quads presented, so if they were to try to do 2 camera tricks, I don't know that they'd be able to pull it off.
Probably a lot of culling.
Pretty bad frame rate probably too.
Yeah, so like the view distance already is kind of suffering in terms of like what loads in and when you can actually see what's in front of you. I imagine it will not do well for that.
I'm not going to be able to
that's
finish this
the
anyway.
toughest thing about the graphics in Bulk Slash are that, the field of view is just you can't see very far ahead of yourself.
Yeah.
So things can appear on you, especially
Everything
when you're
is
going
just
really
very
fast.
close. Yeah, that's why I have to slow down constantly. But I almost feel like it would be better if if you had a second set of triggers, you know, that there would be speed up and slow down on the triggers. That would be cool. But of course, that would be a different console because Saturn never had a second set of shoulder buttons. But anyway,
that's the big sad.
That's the big sad. Oh well.
I mean, what bothers me with modern consoles is they went to 4 face buttons instead of 6. And I mean, 6 just works so well for a variety of different games, including fighters, especially fighters.
Especially fighters. Also, Radiant Silvergun.
Ooh, yeah.
They put a weapon to every face button.
I think a lot of them are combos too, like because in the arcades I think it's like a 3 button.
Where is this target? Where is this target?
To target it.
Like it keeps saying to the rear. I go to the rear. There's nothing. Like where the hell is this target?
Hey Dave, when you're further away from the target, they'll actually show on the map the bombs, so you might be able to use that.
I think it's above you. I think you're too
All right.
low.
Okay, well, let's just go up high, and then slow down.
So, Xenos, to address your question from earlier, I don't think they're going to look directly upward. I think they're just panning up, and they're counting on you to not really keep track of the angular direction of the background versus what you're doing. Because I'm not seeing them like fully getting the background completely out of view in terms of going all the way up and down.
Yeah, it's only a cylinder. It's not linear. They pan it upwards, but they don't. It's not a full sphere.
Right. But the illusion works because there's enough stuff going on screen.
All right, I think I have the hang of it. You were right. I was like I was way too low.
Essentially, the targets are the 2 sides, and then think top and bottom of the main ship.
Yeah, I feel like I got it a lot more now.
Yeah, nose.
Yeah, they're all basically on the same plane. Come to think of it.
I'm kind of more comfortable with what they want me to do now. I feel like.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the main missions where the English translation for the briefings definitely helps.
Mm-hmm.
I like the bomb. It's using some of the same tricks I've been coming up with, like making shapes out of lozenges only. Like that thing is made completely out of quartz, but it looks like it's made out of a bunch of triangles, which it is not.
Huh, I never thought about that. Yeah, that's interesting.
It looks a lot like the polygon that appears when you save in Symphony of the Night.
Oh yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it?
Looks like a
There.
looks like a D20.
Second time's a
Looks like
charm, I guess.
Looks like a D20.
It could very well be triangles. I mean, the Saturn can display triangles. It's just the texturing is harder to figure out.
Yeah, no, but there's no reason for it to be triangles. All I see is 12 quads.
Like bent quads.
It's like 12 quads at a 45-degree angle. It's like 12 lozenges put together to make up that shape. It's really easy to do that. And it's very effective.
So Dave, with this boss, you want to shoot at the nose of it first. It's got kind of like weak points that change as you blow up more parts of the ship. Yeah, so once you blow up the nose a bunch, then you'll be able to shoot at the wings.
Oh wow, that ship's cloaking effect was really
The cloaking device, yeah.
It looked really good.
All right, I will try to shoot the nose like you said.
The yellow parts are the wings.
Okay,
Yeah,
you know what? I'm so glad you gave me that pro tip about her being able to make you point at the boss. Yeah, recenter on the boss. That is
very useful on the
super helpful. Super helpful. Okay. Oh, but I am still not doing well. Okay, I'm like, they can get they can reduce your shield so quickly.
Yeah, what I did for this one is I circle strafed it and just shot at all the parts that I was able to, because it's like one of those part by part ones where you have to shoot each and every part until you get to the main ship.
All right.
Yeah, my safe attempt to beat the bosses, yeah, for testing the stuff was like flying away fast.
Yes, that's what I was having to do.
Buttons, shoot all this automatic stuff and then fly away fast again.
Well, I gotta. Maybe Pat could, once he gets used to these controls, he could do like a more extended. He can do a more extended stream, or even when there's another when you guys get the next character done, we could do like even another stream. You know, I'm sure this isn't
a reveal stream.
Yeah.
I'd be down for something like that. Like every character, we do like a little stream and do a premiere of it and interview the person.
Yeah.
Dave, name your character a bad word.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This game is actually designed to do that.
How do you? Okay, backspace. Oh, backspace. And then just go.
I think if you do AAA, it'll yell at you too.
Like this?
Yeah.
I don't know if
it'll register that. SEX is the one I use for testing.
Oh, okay.
And I felt very mature doing it.
They let you do it.
Yeah, the voice actresses, they'll actually have unique lines if you choose depending on what you spell.
Okay.
I mean, but in Japanese though, like, wouldn't there be a different set of curses or whatever, or rude words for the input?
Well, most Japanese people have studied English in school,
right?
So they have at least a rudimentary knowledge of the dirty words.
That's what they teach them at school.
Well, I mean, the only word I've confirmed it with is SEX, and that's like that's the word they use in Japan anyway. Sekusu. So.
Oh right.
Does it work with ASS?
I was wondering about that, but it's such a pain to get to that screen for testing that I didn't bother trying. I just used the same word every time.
I think it worked with AAA because I remember the navigator called me a baka.
Yeah.
So.
But what if my name is Aaron A. Aronson?
There's actually a Mega 64 video on that. If you ever see, it's like there was like all the names like Dr. Ass. There was like triple A's. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, no kidding.
I wish I knew the video of it, but it's if you look up Mega 64 like Dr. Ass, it should pop up. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for making this. Thank you guys for doing this. This is awesome.
Thank you for showing it off.
25 years in the making.
Thank you for bringing us together, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to be streaming this again, I know. I mean, when it's we'll stream it along the way just to continue hyping it, but like when it is completely done and you guys slap the seal on it, yeah, we're going to have like a big bulk / celebration or something like that.
Yeah,
it's gonna be awesome.
But yeah, no, I kind of like the idea of doing that character reveal stream. Maybe we can work something out, or
that's a great idea.
Or something.
Absolutely.
So,
and Pat,
we'll talk behind the scenes about that.
The live
Nintendo Direct SHIRO cast.
The live your live navigator idea was insane. That's awesome. If you had all the navigators in the chat telling you you're a nitwit or telling you like you're just like I don't know where to go. They're all shouting in my ear. No, that would be that would be rad.
Backdoor gaming.
Seriously. But yeah, so everybody, be sure to where are you guys mostly? I mean, you're mostly hanging on the SHIRO server, right? On the Discord.
Yeah, but yeah, let us know your information before you go, and we'll put it in the video as well in the replay.
Have you guys like made a web page for this yet? This project, or
no? We don't have a web page. We have our own Discord server,
right?
And
when you release,
I give out updates on my Twitter account, and usually Greg will and Burntens will kind of retweet me. And we also made a thread on the Sega Extreme forum for the translations.
Mm-hmm. So is that where this will
forum? And release? So I've been giving updates on there too. I kind of try to focus more on like the stuff we're doing to sort of hack it on there, because that's kind of Sega Extreme's bag. But yeah, so I guess that would be the closest thing we have to a web page for the project is under, I guess I put it under the technical forum. I don't know if that was even the right place to put it, but it's under Saturn Dev at Sega Extreme, so we can give you the link to the thread.
Do you guys plan to like release this on ROM hacking? Like fill out their whole application?
Yep.
Cool. All right.
So yeah, in general, oh, sorry. In general, I'll just say it real quick. In general, any sort of hack or patch or something you want to get for the Saturn, it's usually best to get it off of the Sega Extreme forums.
Agreed.
That's generally where the updated file will be. And also, we have I don't know if you guys are using Night of Dragons patcher.
Yes,
we are. Yes.
We are.
That's how we got this to the SHIRO guys, because we tried out making a patch and worked pretty well. So we were able to just send it over to him, and it's a much smaller file.
It was perfect. Yeah. It worked perfect. Yep.
Great. That's good to hear.
Yeah, and you can region patch it while you're at it. And he includes several different formats that you can export it to. So that was helpful. With this one, I did the bin queue and tracks. But I tried just a bin queue where it just puts everything in, and that worked too. So, but I just went with bin queue and tracks because that's what my source was. My source dump was bin queue and tracks. So, just did the same just to be safe. But yeah.
Sure. Yeah, so I wanted to plug that just because we have a lot of problems with Facebook groups posting out of date images.
Absolutely.
And without
straight call out.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, Facebook, it's kind of a problem, and then they'll go complaining about it, and you'll be like, well, wait a second. I mean, like, where did you get it from, So yeah, that's
Google Drive link.
Some Google Drive link, yeah, exactly. That only has enough support for 500 members.
Oh geez, no.
I got removed from that thing, so I went there. Sorry.
It's okay. On there, even though I talk so much crap.
Derek shared his private repo with me, so I don't need those guys anymore. I'm like, just ask Derek. I'm like, hey, can I hit you up for that latest patched image? Because he's like so on top of it.
Listen, half the fun is patching it, guys.
It is true. It is true.
That's half the fun.
Night of Dragons patcher is by far the best so far. So thanks shouts to him for that, and he continues to release
updates.
Right
here, so.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So thank you.
Just real quick, can I ask you guys to potentially fill out the questionnaire so I can fill out that Saturn Rolodex?
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
Wait,
us
or
them? Beeper number 2.
What?
Do you want me to give you my beeper number 2?
I mean, if you got a plug somewhere near Albuquerque, hey, I don't know, maybe. But but I don't know if I have most of you guys on the Rolodex. I mean, I haven't updated it in a minute. I've been kind of slacking the last few months. But there's a link to the questionnaire on emeraldnova.com. You go in the community tab. So if you guys fill that out, I'll try to fill out your pages on the Rolodex, and then make a project page for the bulk slash that'll link to the Sega Extreme link.
And I think this is the first time I've ever heard that you had a Rolodex like that, so to speak. So yeah,
it's like a who's who.
It's relatively new, but like I decided one day, hey, I'm tired of figuring out who everyone is, because I've only been in the scene for like a couple of years and I have no idea who anyone is. So I did it mostly for my own benefit.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, I don't mean to cut you guys off.
No,
but I
it's
think
fine.
We have to roll it
I
up.
actually am supposed to meet some guy about OfferUp, and I at like shortly after 2:30, and I completely forgot it. He's like texting me like, "What the heck?" No. I'm like, "No, it's okay. I'm still coming." But let's wrap on this. So everybody, thank you so much. Thanks to Danthrax. Thanks to Greg Lackerware. Thanks Mamdu, Memphis. Thank you to Dark Misty, right?
Misty.
Thank
Dark
you,
Misty,
C-Win, Burnt Ends. Thank you guys for making this. Thank you for your passion. Thank you for being active in the SHIRO community. You guys are you enrich our server and you enrich our community. We're glad to have met you guys, and we're so thrilled about this project. Guys, check out the Sega Saturn SHIRO podcast. Check out SegaSaturnShiro.com for just a weekly list of news that is related to Saturn. And until next time, I'm Saturn Dave, and this is Trainico, Pat, Trainico, whatever you want. And until next time, this has been the SHIRO Show. So we'll see you later, and just remember, you must play Sega Saturn.
Must.
Hang loose.